So the fitness industry was so different when I first started. It was 19 years ago, and personal training was seen as something that movie stars did. You know, they had the high-paid personal trainers, so personal training wasn't really a thing. And I got started in the industry because I loved sport and I loved helping other people. It was a really interesting time to start personal training. I had some really good mentors around me that helped me from the very first time I stepped foot into a gym. They were guiding me along the way and giving me lots of things to think about outside of just training. I had a trainer that always used to say to me, let's walk and talk. And we used to just go for a big walk outside around from the gym, and we would just talk about just different things about the relationships that we'd created in the gym, our goals for the next week, and we would just walk and talk. So every day we'd walk and talk, and that really stuck with me from the time. And when I'm managing people now, sometimes I still do the same. Let's just walk and talk. From there, I started to develop a clientele base. The industry was starting to evolve and more people were wanting to get into personal training. The Sunshine Coast, they didn't really have a massive amount of gyms, and I wanted to learn how to build rapport with people, and I started to get into sales, and that sales role really taught me how to build relationships with people. If you can build relationships, you're gonna have longevity in whatever industry. I was just lucky enough to be in the fitness industry, and there's so many amazing people in the fitness industry with so many different stories, and I love hearing the stories. So I started to build my clientele business up and working ridiculous hours, seeing so many different people. And I knew that I had a good life. I had an amazing wife at the time. It was just her and I, no kids. And you have that earning inside you to do more. You know, I could have continued to be a full-time PT. I was earning great money. I had a really good lifestyle, but internally I had that feeling that I wanted to do more. And that's when I started thinking about the possibilities of owning my own gym and what that looks like. Along the way, I met two amazing people who are still my business partners to this day. And they asked me the question, if I could build any gym at all, what gym style would I build? And how would I run it? Money was not an option at that stage. It was just like, what's your goals? Where do you want to go to? And that question really sort of sat with me here. And I started to think about impact and the culture that we wanted to create, who we wanted in the gym, and how we wanted those people to feel every time they come into our facility. And for me, it started before I thought about any equipment or the location. It was about people and about the culture. To this day, that's still a huge priority in our business. So it took me about 12 months to find the location, to design the gym, to figure out all the logistics of what that looks like from a day-to-day basis, and then got some really good people around me to start this facility off, and then we did it. We just pulled the trigger. This is the facility that we've got today. So in April this year, 2022, we would have been here for 4 years. So 4 years obviously has gone past so fast. There's been some really great people that have come into Impact and been a part of that 4-year journey, but I'm always open to knocking on doors and seeing what other opportunities open up, and we've got a fantastic opportunity to expand. You know, we want to continue to work on helping as many people as possible, and that opportunity to expand this brand and expand what we're doing, I'll always walk through that door and follow that path and see where we end up. This is what we're doing. This is where we're at. So we're at our second location. Before I was talking about that yearning inside to do something more, and for me, this is the next step. So this location is right in the middle of suburbia, and we're involved in an amazing community center. And this is the vision of a local businessman, and he wants to set up something that has a legacy that goes on for years and years. And we are so blessed to be just a small part of that community center. So in here, there's basketball stadiums, there's cafes, there's pool, there's play water parks, and for us, there's a gym. So we're so close to finishing this build off, and I just can't wait to have people in here training. And this is purely about having a facility that people can feel comfortable in when they train, and they get the best feeling once they've finished and they go about their day. And that's what it's about for us. So we've chosen very purposefully to go a different angle with this gym. So Impact Strength and Fitness is a 24-hour gym which has fantastic strength and conditioning classes alongside the 24-hour aspect. What we've decided to do here is just focus purely on functional classes. So that's where people, like-minded people, can come together and train at the same time. There's a coach or two coaches every time that they come in, and they're going to be guided through the training facility and the training programs that we program in-house. A major focus is going to be making sure that the training is at its highest priority, and it doesn't matter whether you're a beginner, it doesn't matter whether you've been in the gym for 20 years, you still are going to be able to come in here and train together and still push for whatever goals you want to achieve. We are coming into the basketball stadium, indoor futsal, any sort of indoor sport that you want to be able to play. This community centre has the ability to do that, you know, and I see this facility, the indoor basketball stadium, really working well with our gym and what we're doing. The cafe, there's so many things here, so many elements that's going to help impact our community out there. So with the industry changing, what seems like every 6 months at the moment, the biggest thing that's having a deterrent factor on a lot of people is technology. You know, these things here, our phones, our laptops, it's inhibiting our ability to work in an efficient way, especially with our posture, all right? So the biggest thing is we're on our phones or we're at our computer and we're in this position like this. And one of our big goals is to teach people how to move functionally and move efficiently. And it doesn't matter whether you're a beginner in the gym and just starting or advanced, you always have to work on your posture. One of the biggest things is what exercises can you do on a daily basis that's going to stop you from pulling over in this position, and that's what I want to show you now. So I wanted to give you a practical exercise that you can do on a daily basis that's going to help with posture. So when we are sitting at a desk or we're on any sort of device, our shoulders are rolling forward and we're really tight through this part here. So a big way to stop that continuation of that rolling forward is some mobility exercises. So I've got a box here, but you can use your lounge chair at home, you can use an office chair, a desk, whatever's easiest for you. And then all we're doing is putting our elbows on. I've got a dumbbell here, but you can use a cushion. And then all we're focusing on is dropping our head down in between our hands and pulling that dumbbell back over the top of our head, just like that. And where we're stretching is right up through our lats, right down through here, and right out through our triceps. So really opening up, really allowing that chest to come back down, all the way down from there. So you want to be able to hold that for about 30 to 60 seconds at a time. So it's something that you can do practically every day to stop that rounding over of your shoulders. So with our environment changing so much over the last 2 years, people need to have the ability to train in different locations. Some people might be training at home, they might be training outside. And what we've had to do here at Impact is really pivot to help as many people as possible. And one of those ways that we've really knuckled down is with technology. So the biggest thing that we've done is we've started using our own app, which we're customizing our members' programs specifically to their needs, that then they can either do those programs in the gym here, or if they're training from home, they can actually train at home. So we've actually been able to evolve what we do on a daily basis to really move with the times. And I believe that's huge, because now a lot of our members are coming into the gym with their own program, and they're really being purposeful with every time they come in through those doors. And for us, that is a huge component to what differentiates us from other gyms, is we give them that customized program that they can come in and do their training with purpose instead of sort of floating around and doing their own thing. So technology has really helped us in that way to really strive forward, and I believe it's going to continue to evolve in the next years to come. So we're 4 years into our journey, and it's been a crazy ride, and I have some fantastic people around me that help me every single day. I don't really know where the future's going, but one thing that I do know is that every single one of our members that steps into either Impact or this facility right here is going to have the best experience possible. And I'm going to work as hard as I can to continue that into the future for as long as possible.